good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to another weekly episode of Setup Saturday. It's our 35th episode. I'm here as always with Zero Cool. How are you, my friends?
It's also tiresome.
Also tiresome. I'm tired.
I'm pretty good. But market is tiresome.
Yeah, it was a pretty eventful week, if I can say the least. And I'd say we dive right into it. What do you think?
Go right ahead.
So maybe, and that's something I always forgot. If you guys like our content, if you guys like the live stream, please press the like button, put in a comment, subscribe to the channel. That really helps the channel to grow and create a bigger audience and community. So without further ado, let's go right into it. So we saw a big drop coming a couple of days ago. It was on Tuesday, if I remember correctly. And why was that? And basically the thing was, a court gave the federal government the green light to sell their 6.5 billion in Bitcoin that they seized from Silk Road. And that was a very big deal. And there was a lot of FUD going around everywhere on Reddit, on all the media, on X, in our Discord. There was a lot of FUD. And nobody really knew what was happening. But basically, it was just a court case that went on for I think it was 4 years. And they now just gave the green light to the government to sell the Bitcoin, which doesn't really mean that they will sell it. Of course, I really don't think they will sell it. Maybe it's like 1% chance or something, but they will obviously not sell it. And the funny thing as well is that verdict was already on the 30th of December. And we saw the drop. When was it? On the 7th. So a week later, we saw the drop when people started to understand this news. But basically, the news event already happened a week before. So it was, honestly, if you think about it, it was a nothing burger. Nothing really happened. Pure FUD.
Pure market manipulation.
Or pure market manipulation. So, okay, and then here is the summary. So basically, like I said, the DOJ cleared so that they now can sell the 6.5 billion in Bitcoin from Silk Road, and that there's nothing more to it. It was just that they were cleared because of the volatility of Bitcoin. That they say it's better that you can sell now, but obviously we know that the government will not sell it. The FUD that was going around was, the Biden administration will do a last fuck you to Trump because he was super pro Bitcoin and whatnot. But they will not do it. Okay, they hate each other, but the elections are done. It's now you have to look at what's best for the country. And the thing is, even if they sell, one, it's not a huge amount. I think it was only like 0.3% of the Bitcoin market cap, But the thing is, let's say even if they sell, what do you think Trump will do? I think Trump will buy back the double immediately just to say, okay, guys, here, you wanted to sell that? Okay, I'm going to buy it back double. But that's speculation.
But this won't also be like they deposit it on Binance or Bybit or Coinbase and just start swapping it out, right? If this gets sold, it's going to be in auction like they did before. And it's going to be to the highest bidder. This doesn't even hit like the market. This just is going to exchange hands over the counter. It's pure FUD, and it's interesting that we nuked on like this exact post here. Like this one was that like caused the candle down, and then we bounced up but drifted lower and recovered from there on other market data.
It's so strange that like it's not small, but like a FUD thing like this destroys the whole market. And basically you can just, because there were a lot of people even saying, they already sold, they are selling. But guys, just look at the wallet. You can see every Bitcoin is still sitting in the wallet, not being touched, and it won't ever be touced. So,
they had a test transaction yesterday for 50 cents, which is apparently still pending, which is very funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, people say, oh yeah, it hasn't moved, but doesn't mean it's not been sold behind doors, right? If you sell me the private keys to this account, the account in my eye, hey, the Bitcoin in my eyes has been moved. It just hasn't been moved on chain. So I'm low key in the camp of, it's already been distributed to the highest bidder or whatever, or to whoever gets it.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure that they will not sell it, especially not a week before Trump is in office. That would just be super strange. That would be super strange.
Not on the market. They'll probably offer it up in auction like they did before. And then you'll see people probably go over market price, because if you want to buy $6 billion worth of Bitcoin today,
Yep.
you're going to move the market. So if they can buy it for, I don't know, 6.6, like pay a 400 million premium, that's probably cheaper than swapping 6 billion in the open market or over the counter or whatever. So
yeah, that's true. All right.
And which would also be a great indicator that long term it is still going up, right? If it's bought over market price. Yep. Something to look out for.
All right. So going further, so this was one of the reasons, but obviously the second reason and one of the biggest reasons that everything is dropping, including stocks, is the strong dollar. And because of the strong dollar, we have less and less global liquidity. So global liquidity shrank by 955 billion last week again. So this is now, I think, 9 or 10 weeks in a row that global liquidity is going down. And this is just because of the strong dollar. And of course, it doesn't help that central banks are not in super easing mode, which we saw 4 years ago in the previous bull run. But it's just a strong dollar. And the strong dollar is pushing down global liquidity, pushing down the collateral, and also making it harder for not US people to buy Bitcoin, because their currencies are going down against the dollar. But anyway, normally, as I say week after week, and I believe Michael Howell, global liquidity should trend a bit higher in the second half of this year. And I hope it's going to do that. And the only thing how it can do that, honestly, is just the dollar. And then you have to think a bit further. Okay, we just spoke about Trump. And Trump is a big advocate of the stock market. He really likes the stock market. He thinks of it as a video game or something. And he's not going to let it drop the first week that he's in office. He's just not going to do that. And Trump knows that global markets rely heavily on liquidity. So I think Trump will not let the markets roll over, and Trump will do something. That's just speculation. But to be honest, this is the only thing we need. If it's not there, then every market will just drop. And I think it's super weird to say, but I think Trump is the only one that can save the markets by lowering the US dollar strength. Next, yeah, you can go. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was gonna ask how is he gonna do that? Probably by interest rates and some rate cutting, aggressive rate cutting.
More aggressive rate cutting, yeah. But then the things I will talk about the rate cuts a bit later, because that's not looking good either.
Okay.
But next chart about global liquidity. This one is from Real Vision from Raoul Pal. And basically we saw exactly the same thing also in 2016, right before the Trump inauguration. We saw exactly the same. This is global M2, but it aligns perfectly with global liquidity cycle from Michael Howell. We saw this here. This was this drop here. And it bottomed right these few weeks, basically, to go up and to make the Bitcoin bull run of 2017, 2018. This was this, then was the top, and then we dropped into the bear market. We saw this exact same thing happening the last time Trump was in office. Maybe we will see the same thing happening again. And this is what I want to show. So, and what is Trump gonna do? Trump is gonna say the dollar is too strong, and then let's hope he's gonna help it drop. How can he help it drop? He can lower interest rates. He can print a lot of money. He can do a lot of things. I'm not an expert in what things he can do, but I'm sure he wants it lower, but because he knows that there needs to be more and more liquidity into the asset markets, or his precious stock market will dump. And that's the thing. That's my next point I'm gonna show. So like I always say, Bitcoin bull markets only happen when the dollar goes down. We saw this from like inception of Bitcoin. We only see the Bitcoin bull markets, like the green arrows, when the dollar is going down. And I think we need it again. I don't think we will see a big alt season or bull run if the dollar is keeping strong. Alt seasons and more and more risky assets thrive on low interest rates, on a weak dollar, on a lot of global liquidity. So we need it.
It's a scary chart because that shows the dollar going up another 10 or the dollar index. It's not the dollar, right? The dollar index, a big difference. Going up like another 10%, 15%.
Which is possible. And that's the thing. Maybe the dollar is not going down these few weeks, and we won't see a bull run. The dollar can move higher like 2, 3, 4, 5 months still before we see it going down again. So that's a possibility, and that's something you need to keep in mind, and you need to be ready for that. But yeah, the only thing is, we know Trump wants a weaker dollar to boost exports and to create more jobs. That's something we know. The thing is just, how will he handle it? How will he do it? Because it's not looking good. And the thing is, okay, why is the dollar so strong? Because of the interest rates. The US interest rates are super high, and it's not looking any better. And so yeah, that's where the dollar strength comes from, because the market is pricing in less and less rate cuts in 2025. So and it's not only the markets, it's also, for example, I got here from Bloomberg, Bank of America and Citi lose faith in Fed rate cuts on jobs data. So these are the two big main analyst banks, and basically they are predicting no additional rate cuts in 2025 from the central bank. And so this was Bank of America, and Citi, they thought that we're going to see a rate cut in January, but they pushed it back to May, and it's crazy. So the big analysts plus the market is only pricing in 1, maybe 2 rate cuts for the whole 2025, which is super scary. And this is the reason the dollar is super strong. So I don't know if Trump can do something about it, because normally the Fed and the government should be another entity. Okay, but we know they work together. So I'm really curious how they're gonna do that. Yeah,
will he abuse his power is the question.
We'll see. It's on the 20th. So we will obviously talk about this next Saturday, because that will be the most important thing, the Trump inauguration. And let's see if he can push the dollar back down, because yeah.
There's another FMOC that week as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be a very interesting week.
The meeting is on the 29th.
29th, okay.
So yeah, that's just the summary. So the dollar is too strong. Because the dollar is too strong, Bitcoin is going down. Why is the dollar strong? High interest rates. And because that the dollar is also strong, we see less and less global liquidity. Less liquidity in the system, as everyone knows, assets goes down. So that's a summary in 1 or 2 sentences, and that's just the current state of the market.
And if you take a logical step back, with so many unknowns, you should just close positions and wait. I think that's the safest you can do right now. Of course, I have a shitload of positions open, which some are in the water, some are performing well. We'll go over a quick few altcoins that are doing well and that I think you should have on your radar regardless of what happens. If we nuke hard, you should buy them. If we pump, you should already have them, you know, that kind of stuff.
That's the thing, and I see a lot of more and more credible analysts that I follow going more and more risk off. The only reason why I'm still in the markets is because of the seasonality. I'm a bit more into Ethereum at the moment because of the Q1 and Q2 seasonality for altcoins. I think they will perform well. But yeah, if you just look at the macro, it's not looking good for risk assets. The only thing which is good for Bitcoin, and that's another valuation method, is just by looking at the nation state adoption, and that's still continuing. So especially with Trump going in office, if he says that they're going to build a strategic reserve, you can imagine more and more countries following, and of course that will blow all the macro indicators out of the water, and that's obviously more important. So, but like you say, Zircool, a lot of unknowns, and yeah, it's best that you take everything into account and base your investment positions on that.
It's riskier and riskier to open trades here because it's less known. We've stalled again. We're again in a range. Surprise.
The only thing which is which gives me hope for Bitcoin that we bottomed out, and you forwarded to me during the week as well, and I got it here on TradingView, is the Bitcoin miner sell pressure, and this is from Capital Investments. Bitcoin hedge funds, basically their goal is to outperform Bitcoin, so they made all these indicators how they can know when to sell, when to buy, and everything. And basically a lot of miners were selling here at the local top, and when this indicator goes above 1, this is an indicator when you have to sell your Bitcoin. And at the moment, the good news is that this metric is at 0.7 today, and which means that the miners are not selling anymore. So there is less and less selling pressure from the miners, which is good, which gives Bitcoin breathing room to bottom out.
Yep. I also believe there was one mining company that's trying to do sort of a MicroStrategy playbook without lending out Bitcoin for yield generation, which I think is very dangerous for a mining company, but okay, so be it. I think it was Mara mining something that lent out more than 7,000 Bitcoin for yield generation. Interesting. With 7,000 less Bitcoin they can sell, I guess. Mining pressure has subdued, basically.
Which is good, and which hopefully gives us time to bottom out, because, and this is today's thumbnail, the cloud is not looking great. Technicals are not looking good, and I'm sure Zircool will go over it in a second.
But I see a cross happening on the
your
daily
screen. We see the
screen.
bearish TK cross, and usually if the price enters the cloud, it goes towards the bottom of the cloud, and this is a real possibility that we see if there's no good news from Trump, that we see Bitcoin trading towards the bottom of this cloud. And it's not looking good, honestly. What is that? That's a 15% downwards move. Your alts will not survive this.
No, your alts are going in the minus if Bitcoin does a 15% downtrend. And the worst part of the last couple of days is it is not like a sell-off or a liquidation event. It is a very slow grind down. And that's the worst type of pain, right? Because every buy you do, it just bounces a little and up, it drops back.
I think it's even worse than a slow grind down, because it's a slow grind down, but really big moves, which is why alt coins have not performed well either, because if it's like a really slow downwards move, then it's perfect time for altcoins. But now it was like just too big of a downwards move, but still slow, that altcoins just got crushed the last week. So yeah, Zircool, I can give the screen over to you. You can dive a bit more deeper into the technicals.
Yeah, I'll start with the dollar index, DXY. I've been painting this chart for over 2 years. They always say clean up your charts. With this chart, I'm doing the opposite. I have not cleaned it up since like 3 years now, I think. I had this one, I don't know, before November. I looked it up. I don't know when exactly I did this, but we're in the area where I said cut shorts. Does this have a success rate? Only down here where I predicted the bottom wrong by a couple of months. And then the box here was painted when I thought we were going to go below 20K. So this was at the bottom, I think, from last year or 2 years ago. Yeah, dollar strong, dollar going, if we zoom out, and that one chart's predicting dollar going even higher into the 120s. That's going to be very painful. But good. Back to Bitcoin. Hello, guys. We're still in range. Do something on the daily. I think I've said this for 3 weeks now. We've put in a range high, and then we put in a range low. We did the amazing dark mule. But for me, looking another high that we didn't touch, which is a shame. So either the box is a little bit misaligned or we ran out of power. I believe going over 100,000, there was an insane amount of IO open interest opening, and the price not really moving. And then, yeah, we got rejected here and sold off. And guess what? We're back at range low support. I'm not going to lie, when we were trading exactly here, I was really contemplating of just selling it all and saying, I'm going to take a break. But then again, I was like, so here you have your sell-off, and this is your grind down I was talking about. It's absolutely painful to trade or to watch. I was ready to capitulate here. And then I was like, that's where everybody's going to capitulate, because we're at the lows and everybody's, it's exactly what they want. They don't say they say the markets can be manipulated. This is pure manipulation, right? This is constant sell pressure swap. You don't even need to open any indicators to see that this is clear. Every time it touches this line, you just get boinked. It's pure sell pressure. I think it's coming from Binance even. That's the main actor in this sell-off, or that's what they're using as a main sell-off. But yeah, range low, it held. So instead of capitulating, I think I opened longs at 92K. 92K is where I opened some longs. It went down, recovered, and then we had that weird exact opposite of your TWAP sell pressure. This is clear TWAP buy pressure. And then we got the market news data on the jobs saying, the job market is super healthy. Jobs are going up. People having jobs is going up. Economy is doing good, which means less chance of a rate cut to stabilize or help the economy, because it's not needed. Jobs are good. And then we dropped, had a little bounce, we swooped the low, and then we had a good reaction. And then sentiment here flipped completely, because they're like, we took out this high, it's a market structure break, we're going to all-time high. And then we've just been slow bleeding again. It's weekend, low volume. I don't think we'll make giga moves unless there's some news that drops. But yeah, it's been very tiresome to trade this. I am long 92K. What am I targeting? 99K. You could say take off 60-70% here and you aim for 103. But I don't think we'll see like a god candle like this. Very unlikely. But yeah, it's a range. Play it from range to range, what it is. For me, the major key level here is the yearly open. Let's draw it as a big line. Above here, good. Below here, very bad. If we start to lose the yearly open, I'm going to start getting afraid, which happened here. That's why I was afraid. I've seen this before I'm not sure if I've already drawn it out in 2022. And then we need to go to the monthly, draw the yearly open for 2022. Here, yes. I think this is the yearly open, 2021 into 2022. Yes, drew it out already. This is your yearly open. We also danced with it here. And slow grind into it, bounce into it as support, bounce, also weaker bounces. Better bounce, market structure break, bounce into again, weaker bounce, and then it just yeeted through support. And then you had a total drop of what is this? 30% of the yearly open. We retested it once, and then it was off to Goblin Town. And we went, was it sub 20K? Yeah, with minus 60%. So for me, yearly open, I have major PTSD from that point in time. It is for me a very important level, mainly because I got caught in this and got PTSD from it, I guess. But for me, it's a really important level. If we start losing that yet again, I am really going to de-risk and sell some alts into stables with a loss, and I'll see where it ends up later. But for now, we reclaimed it. It held as support, as you can see here. No hourly closes below it after that top up. So it for me, this means it has significance. You can see here, it's not a coincidence that it stalls around the yearly open. It's absolutely no coincidence. Same like here, it finds it as support, can get an hourly close below. This is where buyers are stepping in. So it has significance and is an important level. Keep an eye on that level. Basically, if you start seeing higher time frame closes below 1 hour, a bit low time frame, 4 hour, 12 hour daily, start panicking. And join me in the panic. But for now, we're above it. So rounding bottom, targeting the weekly open and 99 into 100K. That's where I'm aiming with my current position. Are we going to get it? Not sure. It's not going to be a god candle. It will be more like this, I assume. And that's it for Bitcoin for me.
All right. I'm going to go over to my screen real quick because I've one good point that happened this week or last week. So basically the FTX claims are going to be distributed because, I know for sure because I'm an FTX creditor as well. So I had some money on FTX that I just forgot about. Like I told you before, I told all my friends, get out of FTX.
Nervous laugh.
No, I told all my friends, get out of FTX, and because it's gonna go down. There's a lot of rumors, so best you take your money out. And I forgot I had some money there as well. So, but like you see here, it's less than 50K, of course, because it's only the claims that are less than 50K that are gonna be distributed. So you have time till the 20th of January to fill out on which exchange you can get your. It will be in coins, you're in USDT back. It will be on BitGo and Kraken are the two distributors.
Yep.
Which Kraken is not in every country available, so you have to see about that, which one is for you, but you have to do that before the 20th of January. And I believe, so even in Q1, all these coins are going to go back to their owner. So I think this is very good because there will be a lot of buying pressure, a lot of stables, which will be buying crypto. It will not be much, but it's still like a small positive thing that we can add into the mix, which will have some buy pressure.
And I think it's more positive that they're not being paid in anything but USDT or a stable coin, because that creates no sell pressure. And that's equally as important as it being potential buy pressure, I think.
So yeah, that was just something I wanted to say. So Zero, if you want, you had some alts that you want to discuss?
Yeah. We'll quickly hop over to stocks, if that's okay with you. The most correlated stock you can buy with crypto is Coinbase, I think. And again, where are we on that yearly open? Here, yearly open. I bought more. I upped my holdings like 10%, I think, on the yearly open. I think it was here. Nuked through, bad life decisions, then it recovered and it's holding above. Why did I buy it? Besides that, I think it's grossly mispriced. The Trump administration should be net positive for crypto. Therefore, crypto companies in America should thrive better. That's basically the main reason. They're going to have an amazing Q4 because we did an insane amount of volume. If we quickly put on the volume, on the monthly. Here, this is increased volume compared to like here or here or here, right? So the increased volume should have good quarter results. For me, this goes up. And then the alts I wanted to touch was basically which alts did well in the sell-off during Bitcoin. So we had our ugly grind down. This was how much percent, top to bottom, more than 10%. Which alts did well, which alts held, which alts bounced. And it's Ripple and Sui. Sell-off, and basically I think the sell-off started around here, I think. Even on the first dip, it already reclaimed it, and then it went above it. Same for XRP, sell off here, and it just like same level. So for me, those two alts, you should already have some allocated XRP for the ETF possibility, Sui, because it's the strongest altcoin last months by far. If you zoom out, this is an amazing chart. So if you're not holding it already, put them on your watch list and see what they do. This is great recovery. This is a less great recovery, but it's still recovered compared to if you go to Solana or Ethereum, it's just down the toilet. These are the two you have to have on your watch list. And if Bitcoin really starts closing in the clouds and it goes to 80K, when we reach 80K, then is what you want to buy these for sure, because the potential that these bounce and run way back to where they were is way higher than Solana or an Ethereum that just keeps grinding down and down and down. And that's all I wanted to say. Keep these two on your radar.
All right. So before we end the stream, I have like a bonus AI pick coin that I just found out about yesterday. I've put it as well in our Discord, so if you want to know this before the live stream, join our Discord. So basically, I don't know if you saw it already because you just woke up, Zero Cool, but it's basically AI Accelerate DAO, and it's a DAO which invests into AI tokens, but like a very reputable DAO from like VC people, because they found out that every good crypto AI agent is not going towards the main route for VC funding and everything. They just start their token on Solana or Pum.fun or whatever. And so a lot of VCs need to change their tactics as well and buy onto the market. And that's why they started it, but they started it with like an enormous and very good team. They have the best advisors in crypto. They've investment advisor, research advisor, development advisor, but these are the biggest people which you can imagine in the AI crypto sector. So it's a very good coin. They just launched today or yesterday. At the moment, there's a little bit FUD going around it because so they asked, you can read it in this post, for more partners, which you can buy then in their, it was like an ICO round, so you get some tokens. And a lot of big people, like for example, Shao, the creator of AI16Z, already sold his allocation just today. So that's why there's a lot of FUD going on about it. And yeah, so this is the token. Maybe if you can charge it if you want. It's called AICC.
Oh, it's up for like 12 hours, hard to charge. 120, yeah, so 170 market cap. It's insane.
But it's insane. But I think this can 10x. This is very good allocation. This is not a meme coin. I think this will do well. This is do well. There is a lot of good people behind it. And so this is not a meme coin because there is good things behind it. They will buy back their token if they make profit as well. And the thing is, but this can trade like a meme coin. I'm pretty sure that just because of all the big names behind it, just because of the narrative, just because of the trend, this can do a 10x like a meme coin. But there's still something behind it, I think, to put a price floor. So this is something I bought a little bit this morning. Not super much. I'm thinking of buying more if it drops, like let's say to 80 million market cap or something, because of the FUD, because of all the people dropping. Someone put out a very good thing where you can see because there was a list of 250 people if they sold or not.
Oh yeah, who holds their allocation and not? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, if you open the coin Zero Cool, I can go over to my screen and I search it while you can track the coin a
Yeah.
little bit.
Let me. AIC was it, right?
Yeah, it's on Solana. It's AICC.
Oh, AICC. I got. That's not this one. Sorry. 40 million. There we go. The third one. Also not it. This one has 165 million liquidity. I see that's a problem with altcoins, right? You already need to have the correct. Hold on, I'll just grab it from the Discords. You should have posted it there too under AI.
In meanwhile, I found the dashboard. So basically, it's the guy that created a dashboard of all the 250 people who received an allocation. Well, they did not just receive it; they had to invest something, but it was like 0.5 Solana, which is
yeah. I've read about that yesterday. Yes. I saw one of the guys who sold who's like, "Wow, I invested like $100 and it generated me." I don't know how much it was.
It's crazy,
hundreds
but
of thousands.
you can see it here. So for 5 Solana, which is like less than $1,000, 1.5 million. So of course they cashed out. So you can see it here. So this guy cashed out. This guy cashed out. But the most important thing, like I said, is the guy from A16Z, Shao Magic. He cashed out. So yeah, that's it. So you can. At the moment, it's okay. Only 33 people did it, but there's a lot of it going around. Yeah, yeeters. Because of the guy from AI16Z. And yeah, that's why the price is going down at the moment. But I think it's still fine at this market cap. So, but don't put too much in it. Don't put everything at once. But like I say, my goal is to invest a little bit more, a bit lower, because I think this is one of the AI projects that you can just put in for the cycle and forget about it, because the other ones you have to babysit, you have to look for it. Oh, is the dev rugging or not? And it's scary. So you found it, Zirkle?
Yeah, I found one. Of course, there's 110,000 clones, right? The one I found doesn't have that much liquidity.
I put the contract address in Discord.
Yeah, I got it. It has the massive wicks to 1 million. Lol. Let's ignore the wicks. Do TA on this bad boy, sure. This is your open, like your launch into highest close. You can see its resistance here, around 200 million, a little bit less. Yeah, trend above this and attack the next high, I guess, which is at 180 million. Probably another line here. Yeah, this trades differently than your normal listed thing. So DAO, yeah, pretty interesting. I would be more interested in looking what it buys instead of
True.
thing, but I don't think it's a bad investment if you want to go AI route. The reason why it's called Accelerate is because of that presser that NVIDIA did, where the main guy showed the curve of evolvement with, okay, I don't know by heart what they are, but he showed the curve up with different AI steps where we are now. It has a term. It's not just AI has a term. And the next step is accelerated AI, I think. And this is a play on that, or name play on that.
Yeah, so let's see. All right, Zero Cool, that was everything for me. I don't know if you have something to add.
Nope. I see a guy just sold 170 Solana. Worth. It's a little dippy dip. No, that's everything for me.
All right, so let's go over to the predictions. So,
yeah, sounds good.
All right, so unfortunately, I won this week. I would have hoped you won, but so be it.
Yeah. I just want to point out that the area I said we were going to be was not on Saturday, but was on Monday. To the dot. It was resistance. Maybe we should not put lines anymore, but like magnets instead of lines, so it doesn't reject like support or resistance, but it gets drawn to it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I think
that
we're gonna go
daily
up a little bit. I'm saying 98.
I'm gonna be the problem I have with like I'm in a long from 92. I think it's gonna go 99, but that's not gonna be by Saturday. That's probably before Saturday.
I think the thing is we will go higher just because a lot of people will want to front run what Trump is gonna say and think, because I heard it just in real life as well. A lot of people want to buy Bitcoin now before Trump gets inaugurated because they think the price will move much higher, which obviously I think is already priced in. But because there's that many people that think that you have to buy before his inauguration, I think that will move the price slightly higher.
One thing that I just popped in my brain that I'm going to say out loud so I don't forget, if we do start having higher time free closes in the cloud and we're trending towards 82,000, I am going to pull funds from saving accounts to buy more crypto. That will be a spot long-term buy for the Trump play.
Not bad. Where do I put your line?
Below yours on the Tenkin, the blue line. It's Kijun or the Tenkin, yeah, right there.
That's the same.
Yeah.
97?
Yeah, 97 sounds good.
All right. That's about it for me. And Zero Cool, thank you very much for coming on.
No problem.
For everyone which watched our weekly live show, thank you very much for tuning in. So it's because of you guys we do it. Thank you all for the support. And yeah, we'll be here next week, 2 p.m. Central European time. And that's about it for us. And see you all next week.